Welcome to Dead Bedroom Revival Podcast. My name is Curry, your host, and I'm very, very excited to be making this episode. I am sorry for the background noise, but hopefully it's not going to interrupt with this episode because I want to make this episode as and when the idea comes to my head. I don't want to have to wait and then maybe lose out on the idea. I don't have a paper and pen to write the idea, so I'm going to have to try and dissect it as much as I can when I have the idea. So I was teaching today the power positioning within your relationship. And when I talk about power positioning, this is the real estate that you have within that person's mind and how they view you within the relationship. And this is really powerful because this alters over time. And as you can imagine, you're in a sexless relationship. Initially, you owned a certain part of the real estate within their mind, which therefore you could access high frequency of sex. But as the relationship went on and you evolved and as you hit new milestones, there has been a decline within the sex, and there's certain, just because of decline, there's certain parts of the mind within their mind that you've moved to, whether it's downgrading, whether it's being pushed aside, whether it's maintaining the same place. There's something that has happened within their mind that is probably their own mind suppressing the sexual desire, but possibly the way you guys are growing as a couple is interfering with her or their sexual desire. So it becomes very important to understand this dynamic and how this actually works, because when you think about it, I remember once, and I was hearing this story about this guy, and he was telling me that one time he was really busy on a call. It was a very important phone call, and he was I think it was for a job interview, and somebody came and started knocking on the door. But you know, this is an interview, so he couldn't really tell the interviewer that he needs to stop and he needs to go and answer the door. So he continued the interview without a problem. And then the person continued knocking. And then all of a sudden, he just thought, this person, if I can ignore him long enough, that person will go away. And continued knocking again. So this person started getting really frustrated because now because this really important interview, but there's this person who's continuously knocking on the door. And then they got even more frustrated. So now they thought, okay, if I continue ignoring, maybe they'll go away. And then this person ended up jumping over the back gate and then going over the window and then knocking from the window. Then all of a sudden this person is thinking, what the hell are you doing? Like, why would you just jump and get into my... So with frustration, the guy goes, what are you doing? Why have you jumped over into my yard? And what's going on? And then all of a sudden this guy says, oh, there's a fire right in front of your house. I just wanted to let you know there's a car that's on fire. And then all of a sudden the guy goes out and it's his car that's on fire. And then all of a sudden that person who he thought was an absolute annoyance became from a pest to a welcome guest. Now this is very important in terms of your relationship, because it doesn't matter where you've moved to, but wherever you are right now within their mind is a place where they do not view you as a sexual partner. So having the ability to change where you are set within the real estate within the mind, and you know when you talk about real estate, it's all about location. So you're looking for that perfect location where you can start triggering that high frequency. Now, for me to actually teach you via this podcast will be an injustice. So the best way of really learning how to implement this and how to get this, we'll go to www.deadbedroomrevival.com, and there we'll be able to show you, give you actually a Facebook link where we'll be able to give you more trainings, but also we'll be able to give you some trainings as well that you can actually go and start implementing straight away. So the power positioning is a very important thing to be thinking about, and really thinking about, like, how do they actually view me? I've heard other husbands say they view me like as a meal ticket, so I'm only good for bringing in the bacon or the other people say I'm only good for fixing just the house and being a dad, but other than that I don't feel like I'm anything more than that. And there's all these sort of feelings that you feel, and it's warranted. It's warranted because that person probably has given up on the sex, has given up maybe on the romance, maybe has given up on the idea that sex is the best way of both of you connecting in an amazing way, and it's the most powerful way of you guys connecting. So it's really, really powerful. It's called power positioning. Like I said, if you want to learn more about this, go to www.deadbedroomrevival.com. We'll be able to send you a Facebook group link, and I'll be doing a masterclass on the four fundamental laws of having high frequency sex. So we're doing that masterclass, and it's going to be having one of these pieces where you'll be learning about the power positioning. So go to the Facebook group, sign up, and we'll be doing the masterclass next week. I'll be confirming the date on Monday, and then we'll be I'm very excited about it. So go right now and go and sign up right now. And remember, like I said, next episodes I'll be just featuring a few bits of what we'll be covering within the actual masterclass itself. And if you're listening to this way after the event, if you go and join the Facebook group, it'll be linked in one of the lessons, so you can actually go and catch up as well. So been very excited to be making you this episode. Hopefully the sound, you could hear exactly what I was saying, but also the background didn't affect the message that I was trying to deliver for you. So thank you very much for listening. I'll be seeing you soon. Take care.